Hi everyone, Rach here from Bookpiles. Welcome to my February plans video. I'm going to try and keep on track a little bit. I notice my battery is going a little bit and I need to make 2 videos. So if you are a regular viewer, which there are not many, but we're getting there, you might notice that today's video and one that will go up probably tomorrow, I'm wearing the same top. That's because I'm going to film them back to back, and I'm going to try and keep on track so that I don't have to stop and charge the battery in between, because I only have one currently for this new camera. Anyway, let's get on track. Let's try and stay on track. So for February I am going to take part in the historathon, readathon, historathon, just called historathon I think. It's a month-long readathon set up by the Curly Reader and Science Mama, and if I can do my best to remember, I will try and link their introductory videos in the description below. So I have drawn out very nicely my bingo board. There are 9 prompts, one of which is a group read. I am aiming to do 8 of the 9 prompts. At this point in time I have no plans to read the group read, for 2 reasons. One is I'm not sure if I can actually get it in New Zealand, in which case I wouldn't, I suppose unless I brought it on Kindle I could get it in time. But secondly, it's set in World War II, and that's just really isn't a subject of reading that I'm interested in actually. Yeah, just not interested in World War II reading. So I'm probably going to leave it. That leaves me 8 squares, and for the 8 I've got my little list which I'm going to refer to keep me on track. I have got 5 books to fit the 8 prompts, so let's go through them. Please don't fall off, it's not going to stay. Right, so book 1. For book 1, the prompts, well, let's do it the other way around. Prompt 1 is set in a location you have visited, and I am also using this book for set in a war other than World War II. So for prompts 1 and 3, I'm going to read America's First Daughter by Stephanie Dray and Laura Kamui. I have got this out of the library, so it ticks off a library book as part of my yearly goals. I have read, someone actually recommended this to me a couple of years ago when I read, which is the second book in this pile here, which is Thomas Jefferson and, no, sorry, this book, Thomas Jefferson and Sally Hemings. Someone said that I would enjoy this book, and I never got to it at the time. I did actually look at it a few times, but I never brought it. When I was watching, I think, the Curly Reader, she said, she recommended this for prompt 3, and when I had a look at it with regard to where you've visited, it actually covers that for me as well. So I have been to America, I have been to Virginia in America, so this will be set in around Virginia and possibly Washington. I've been to Washington DC. I've also been to Paris, which this is also has, gosh, I'm ballsing this up beautifully. One wonders when I'm going to learn to edit. This is also set in Paris around the time of the French Revolution, which is the war other than World War II. So yeah, I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. That's the first book. The second prompt is a multi-generational book, and I have teamed this up with a diverse order, which is prompt 4, and I'm going to read Homegoing by Garci, and I probably butchered that beautifully because I'm good at that. This sounds really interesting. It's the story of 2 sisters whose tracks in life separate. One is sold into slavery and ends up in America, and the other one stays in, are we in Ghana? Why am I wanting to say Ghana? It doesn't say. Taking us from the Gold Coast of Africa. I don't know why I'm saying Ghana, but anyway. So it follows one sister who stays in the country of origin and one who is sold into slavery. And it's told through spanning 3 continents and 7 generations. So this sounds really interesting to me. So that's prompts 2 and 4, multi-generational and a diverse author. Blimey. Number 5 is the group read, which I've said I'm not going to do at this point in time. Number 6 is a historical fiction subgenre. So romance, mystery, fantasy, those sorts of things. I'm going for romance, of course. You know, pile of romance books here, pile of romance books there. So I'm going to actually go with the second book in the Bridgerton series, The Viscount Who Loved Me. And this is Anthony Bridgerton's story. So that's my read for that. That's prompt 6. Prompt 7 is no people on the cover of the book. And the book I've chosen for that, I'm also teaming up with prompt 9, which is a person's name in the title. And I'm rereading The Journal of Kelly Wade. I read this probably 20 odd years ago, and I loved it so much that I kept it. Nope, you can't see. It's actually behind me here somewhere. I've got 4. I think there are 4 books. There might even be more. I only know of the 4 I've got. And this is set 1859. It's her journey west, and I like books like that. So I'm going to reread that. Alright, I'll come back to that. Sidetracking. Right, so that's prompt 7 and 9. No people on the cover, because there are no people on the cover. And a person's name. Prompt 8 is a book set in winter, and I'm going to do my very best to add a picture. If it's not under my hand, we'll cut to it and then cut back. I'm going to read, and I need to just get the name of it. I've got a cover for my Kindle. Woohoo! Literally this morning got a cover for my Kindle. I am going to read Christmas at Canton by Tamara Alexander. When I was looking for a book for this prompt, I think I put into Amazon, one of those book sites, books set in winter, and just scrolled through and tried to find something, and this name caught my interest, so I clicked on it and realized it would work. I read many years ago when I lived in the UK, I actually pulled this book out, The Widow of the South by Robert Hicks, and this is a fictional account. It's based on a true story, but it's the story of a woman I'm saying Canton, I could be saying it completely wrong, just outside of Nashville in Tennessee, who during the Civil War, her house was taken over and turned into a hospital, and there were obviously a lot of soldiers died during that time, and they were buried all over the town, and several years later a farmer wanted to plough his fields, which was a burial ground, and she was like, you can't plough these guys up, and she set about actually taking everybody out of this field and making a cemetery on her property. And you can go to this cemetery today, and I believe it's the largest privately owned Civil War stroke Confederate, not sure, cemetery in America. So this book stayed with me for a long time. So when I saw Christmas at Canton, I'm like, okay, this sounds interesting. So again, this is another fictional tale set around the house, but it won't be any of the characters in this book. I just got this out as an explain of why I was drawn to that. So that can just be biffed up there out of the way. So I'll read Christmas at Canton, and that will cover a book set in winter, and it also covers my goal of reading an ebook. Right. I think that's my list. I also decided, can we see them? We can see them enough if I move a little bit. I should be able to read, I reckon, Christmas in Canton, the Bridgerton book, and possibly Kelly Wade relatively quickly. So I have decided that if I get through enough, and maybe there's still a week to go, I will either reread Into the Wilderness, because I want to read this whole series, but it's been 20 odd years since I've read this, and I've got all the rest of the books now. So this, I would reread this, and I would put this in as No People on the Cover, or I will read Catherine Howard, book 5 in the Tudor Queen series, for the person's name in the title. So it'll just depend on how fast I can get them read. If I can read okay, I can read a book in 3 or 4 days quite easily, and a bodice ripper I can read in a day or so. So I might be able to get another book in. So I've got some backups if necessary. So I'm not putting any other books on my TBR. My TBR is my challenge books for the historathon. Okay, I think that is everything that I need to say in this video. I hope that is all, because I can't knit videos together yet. Yeah, so that is that. I am now going to pause this, and I'm going to make my second video in the same top. Excellent. And you will see that over the weekend as well. Alright everyone, have a good one, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.